I'm scared because I feel now a lot of similar ideas about how the marketing or the power in general use the propaganda, use the make songs to manipulate people and use that against the foreign enemy, and take control to the country again, more control, whatever. And I remember that in my country a lot because I remember, for example, when USA went with the Cuban people too to invade Cuba.
Right.
After that moment, Fidel take advance to the society and close a lot of things in the name of the imperialist enemy. And now I think it's very similar in this country. The difference for me is here we have more strong power, more capacity to make that, and in so many different ways. Sometimes you don't have any idea. Because in this country it's very normal for so many years. The marketing is part of its own element, important element for the body of this country, the society. And sometimes you can distinguish the propaganda between advertising. But I think in this moment, the propaganda and advertising suppose is a little different. No? Now it's the same. The border is erased. I think because this administration support that and stimulated that.
Right.
Because, for example, the newborn in Ohio, 4 years ago, if this president is now in the power in the second time, and these people don't go outside to discriminate people and because they think they don't have right to make that. Or this time when during the McCarthy time in this country, in that moment all the enemy to foreign people, or the enemy to black people, or the enemy to another race go out. Because have the support. If you don't have that, you don't have in this country the courage to go outside and say, fuck you, you are another country, I hate you, you are a terrorist. No. And in this moment, the platform is there.
No, of course.
So this is my preoccupation now, because I am not from here originally. I don't speak like American people. I am very, all my art in my life was critique to my landscape, my environment, my domestic life. And this is my training, this is my goal all the time. I care. For me it's important my community, my city, I have a lot of passion. I love the diversity. I love the exchange ideas. I think it's the most strong, powerful. Yeah, I think this is the most strong legacy for this country have. Maybe this country is the only around the world have this possibility, because for a long time this country was very proud to the melting pot. Was very proud with that. What happened now? Yeah? And this very new aspect for this country around the world. Cuba don't have that. We have another mix, but in Cuba we don't speak 20 languages. We don't have people for 50 different or 100 different countries, whatever. For me, this is very powerful in this country. I like that. And I like the art in this country for that reason too. It's very diverse. For example, I'm talking with you in English, and your family came from Dominican
In Cuba.
and Cuba, for example, and we have the conversation now in English, and you are in the FAU University, I came for visit, whatever. It's all this complication, I think is so lovely, and we need to defend that. I think this is the most important legacy for this country to the world, because this country is very young, it's a big teenager. And for that reason I am preoccupied, because I feel that in my normal life all the time. And when I feel that, I know, because this is very all acknowledged in my life, I recognize that feeling very quickly. I can smell the propaganda, the manipulation, the control, the power control, the fear for express yourself. outside. And now I feel a little very close sometimes this sensation.
Now, do you feel like your artwork, especially the one that's political, how is it received in this country? Like in Cuba, of course, you ended up being censored, etc., etc. Do you feel that you're being censored in some way here, or do you feel like you are free, or do you feel like what's censoring you maybe is not the government but something else?
Yeah.
You know. Does that make sense?
I think yeah.
Okay.
It's very clear.
Okay.
Yeah. This society is very different, no? And this society have some value and have some law what make protection to me. So, for example, whatever institution to make repression can talk to me and say you can make that or you can do that because I know the Constitution too. And because for me it's important, I need to know that very well. And it's illegal. And I have this possibility to defend myself, and for that reason we have in this country, I think is the most wonderful for this country we want to bring to another country. It's not about weapon, it's not about this war, it's not about power, it's about that. This is the real legacy of this country, the most wonderful contribution this country can bring to another society, no? Including my country. But it's difficult in this country somebody talk to you directly and say you are censored for this piece or you can make this piece in my museum or whatever because it's a big problem. If I'm looking for some lawyer or whatever, I have some laws to defend myself, but this country know a lot of form to censor it, you know? And your life change and another way in this country have another wonderful thing. If you are recording my call, talking with another people or my email, sometimes go out and go to the media. Say this is good too. Say, you know, but they make that all the time. You know. And for example, when I was in Ohio, when I came to this performance, I was thinking how in this particular moment I can go with all these supplies with American flag and religion, imagine, to Miami and cross for the airport for all this checking paranoia, whatever, and this fear to terrorists, whatever. I was prepared. I was with fear, no? But I like fear. I like experiment with fear because when I cross that, I feel good. I feel powerful. I feel not powerful in the same way.
No, I understand.
I think I have capacity to support, to grow. When you it's more in the spiritual way, like the people make meditation or whatever. You need more, fighter. Sometimes you psychology, you ego or whatever, for be to another level in the spiritual way. No, it's like that. But one day after that or 2 days after that, when I was thinking again how make this trip and cross the country, I say no. I will go with everything with me, with my honesty. I don't want. I was thinking to say in the box for
right.
The most strong imagine or complicated whatever, and they say no. If I can make the performance in FIU and the federal police or something take me, this is the performance. I don't know, but I don't want make reaction like Cuba on the ground all the time.
Right.
With fear. No, it's my compromise with the society too. They think this administration think they are patriotic. I think I am patriotic too. Say, who is more patriotic? What do you think? Who is patriotic in Cuba? The dissident people or the power? If you were in Cuba with the power, you are patriotic? The power say yes. No? It's together all the time against the imperialist country, USA. But who is the real patriot in Cuba? The dissident people was in jail against the power in the country, no? And here is the same.
No, it is the same here. I was saying
Exactly.
it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Especially right now with what's going on with the war
Exactly.
and everything. If
Exactly.
you're not for it,
Exactly.
then you're not patriotic.
Exactly. But when I went to my interview with the immigration office or something, I make a deal, I make compromise with the legacy that the country bring to me. But freedom is not a slogan. Democracy is not a slogan. And we can sell that with weapons. We can sell that with invasion, with occupation. If you want really export ideas, I don't respect any sport, but if you want, I prefer sport idea, no weapon, because how you can pretend to go to another country? We receive this attack and we are making one war for 4 years against another country because we think this country was the base to the enemy, whatever. Imagine if the country have some embargo, if the country have some attack or whatever, more bigger like this. We go in the night and send a lot of bombs to the New York City, with the civil people die. Imagine this country, in Bar Harbor, this country received some attack and take in Hiroshima and Nagasaki bomb, atomic bomb. It's very disproportional.
Right, disproportionate.
The reaction is food. And I can make support to that. I can justify that for any reason. I think it's not logic, it's criminal for me. Like the embargo with my country. I am against Fidel. I don't respect Fidel. I think Fidel is the tyranny guy. He's a very motherfucker guy. He was revolutionary long times ago, but now he's a motherfucker guy, like whatever dictator, like Bush. But in another way, it's the same. He's the extremist, the fundamentalist guy again, same. No? But in the most elementary thing, why? What is the justification? What is the reason? What is the law, the right? What you have, because you are a big country, you have all the power, and have some embargo to my country, a small island, because have some idea, different idea about society, about life, about democracy, whatever, to make the embargo for 50 years, like my age, 45 years. I think it's criminal. I think this is terrorist. I think this attack to Baghdad is terrorismo también. Terrorismo de Estado. Whatever.
So tomorrow night, how does tomorrow night, what you're going to do, going to fit into all these ideas that we were just talking about?
It's a secret. It's
a secret?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm coming tomorrow
You
too.
You can film.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can film it tomorrow?
Yeah, I have surprise.
Okay, all right, it's a surprise. Okay, that's good. I'm trying to think. Let me see. Is there? I guess
This is part of the performance.
it's part of the performance.
Yeah.
Okay, well I have it on tape now, so it's
The
good.
patriotic game before. You play soccer?
No, I don't play soccer. I'll try to get here. I have to.
Okay.
I have to teach, but then I'll come
Okay,
afterwards.
okay.
Do you feel like, I guess, like during all these years that you've been doing art, like, was there any like one thing that changed the way that you thought about things, or was it just growing? Because some people have like a time in their life where they might want to do something else, or maybe they want to do this or that with their art, and then all of a sudden something, and they're like, you know what, this is what I have to do with my life.
No.
No.
It's for me, it's necessity.
Okay.
For me, it's a necessity. For example, now, for some reason, I was thinking in Ohio, I have the necessity to make performance again. For 12 years, I never made performance because I can use my tongue. I can speak. And it's important when you communicate in the performance way with people. It's not you photo your piece and the people see the piece and say, oh, I don't like. No, it's interacting. I like for that reason. But I was very frustrated for 1 decade, or 10 years.
1 decade, yeah.
Decade, because I can use that. It was very hard for me, no? But now, I don't know, it's the connection with my last time in Cuba, with my life in Cuba. Yeah, I feel a lot of connection now in this moment with the power, and how the power take control, how the media don't want to talk about that and show the world, whatever, all the manipulation when I feel and smell behind, say, And I don't know, I am teaching, and this spirit with the young people transform me again and inspired me again because I think it's very important. I don't know, maybe it's because it's more independent because you don't need a lot of supplies, you don't need a lot of money to make that. I don't know. I feel more free. I don't know, but in this particular time, I I am beginning again, start again because I can speak a little. Yeah, I don't feel too very bad when I make that. No? I don't feel nervous now. And I can talk to you in English in my interview. It's important, no? For
Yeah,
me.
it's very good.
Yeah.
So, what are you gonna do next? What's next on the list of what you're gonna
The
do?
next is another. It's a very different project. Never
Okay.
I make the project like very similar or whatever. No. You know, in my case, is the first is the idea, and the idea came from whatever place. One book, one imagine. For example, in my hotel now, you know these pieces when they put in the door and say no moleste
Yeah.
or
Don't bother. Yeah. Do not disturb.
a mi cama or whatever.
Mhm.
I saw that. I have very beautiful idea with that. I will collecting that and make some piece with that. And for example, some objects, some advertising outside, some toys, and I looking for toys for my daughter or whatever in the market. Here I went to La Carreta or whatever and listen talking people and make some piece, some with that, whatever. It's so many I absorb. But the when I repeat all the time is the idea is first I take note or one drawing and then I was processing the idea for a long time. And then I was looking for the most wonderful way to translate that. Because I think when I translate it very well, my feelings, my idea, my emotional connection with that, whatever, is powerful. And when I find the most wonderful media, it's more powerful. And when I, whatever, is. And the next is a project for 2 years ago. I went driving across the country to make some project with the journalist way, you know, for money. And I saw one Cuban village in Missouri. Yeah. And then I was making research and we have 21 Cuban village in the USA or the country. And now I have localized every village. Yeah, I make a new map, huge map. This is my new country. My Cuba country. The connection with all the Cuba is like the origami form, but this is my territory, my psychological territory. It's bigger. It's not like the island. It's huge. I'm so happy. I have a new land. This is my homeland. Metaphoric, no? And now I am trying to collecting money to send for some grant, and I need money because I need travel to every village and make interview with people with video. Because I'm looking for my family, I'm looking for my memories. And of course, the people say, you are not from here, this is no, you are not Cuban, yeah, I'm Cuban, and whatever. It's this confused.
Right.
It's very nostalgic, but in the same time, it's very sarcastic, it's very powerful. For example, I have a lot of wonderful photos. Now I have collecting 8 towns, but I need more. But it's expensive, go to every place, and no? And for example, I have one billboard in Missouri. It's a huge billboard and say, Cuba exile, Cuba exit 3 miles. And in the next side have Burger King. It's so powerful. It's the future for Cuba. It's the anticipation to the future for Cuba, whatever. It's so ironic. And you know, I have one photo in New Mexico with San Fidel. It's a small town with the farmer worker people from Mexico, immigrant people, braceros, no? Se llama San Fidel, and you can see the sign, no? San Fidel, 100, right, a la derecha. Right, whatever. It's I kidding with that. And because I have a lot of on the text, on the line. If you are intelligent,
You can get it.
yeah, you connecting with my humor, my ironic, but at the same time it's very nostalgic. It's no obvious like this political project, but I think both is necessary. I don't have any agenda. You know, when you don't have an agenda, you have agenda, but I don't have identification with this, or I want to make this. No, I'm trying to flow.
Flow. Yeah.
Yeah, flow. Yeah.
Cool. So I think it's probably
It's okay?
good. Yeah, that's